Welcome to part 2 of our Hot Flashes series. In today's episode, I want to talk to you a little bit about how diet can impact your hot flashes, how often they happen, how intense they are, basically the controllability of hot flashes. So we know that hot flashes are, for women over 40, they're like the ultimate sign of some kind of imbalance somewhere. Science tells us that it has something to do with the hypothalamus, that somewhere in our brain some kind of switch is maybe not triggering right, and that's what creates these hot flashes. We also know that there are certain things that can act as triggers. So things like I mentioned in part 1, stress, not having enough physical fitness, being overwhelmed, anxiety, these kinds of things, absolutely. But also what we're eating, the things we're putting into our body play a huge role in how hot flashes show up. How often, how intense, whether or not they're cutting into our sleep, all of these things. So if you are a woman who has experienced this, you know how it completely affects your total quality of life. It is no bueno. Nobody likes to deal with hot flashes. Even me, who would prefer to be in tropical weather or the deserts of Arizona over, say, I don't know, Western New York. Even me who likes hot climates does not enjoy a hot flash. It's embarrassing, it's frustrating, it's overwhelming, and it can completely throw you into just a feeling of being less than, or despair, or feeling like you have no control over your own body. You're some kind of alien in this life. But there's hope. You absolutely can change how hot flashes show up for you. There are a lot of things that you can do. Today, though, I'm talking about food and how it plays into this. So first of all, there are triggers. There are definite triggers. And for this, I will always tell you, are you keeping a journal? Are you tracking? Are you paying attention to the things that are going on around you and when they're happening? This is a huge deal. So get out that journal, even if you're not logging your food, which would really help. Log when they're happening, see if you can notice a pattern. Certain foods are going to be automatic triggers. Caffeine, I'm very sorry to say. Not that you have to give up coffee forever, but you need to find where your threshold lies. Other things can be, hot foods can sometimes set you off, certain preservatives, or everybody has their own triggers. Processed foods, a lot of sugary foods, a lot of fried foods for some. It's different for everyone, all right? So knowing what your trigger is the first step to knowing where to start to have more control. The other thing that happens is we're not nourishing. We are not nourishing. As we get older, our ability to digest and use nutrients that we are bringing in, even if you don't chew your food adequately, this can play in. So the first step is to know what your triggers are and work to eliminate those. And then once you have that down, now let's start to nourish. Let's start to add things back in. These are the things that I'm teaching in the Perimenopause Society every single day. I am working with women to learn what triggers are setting off what conditions. Hot flashes, not sleeping, digestion, all kinds of things. So you follow the science. You start with the triggers you know. You start with where we know we have deficiencies, like B vitamins. The utilization, absorption of B vitamins as we age is one of the things that we know women need more of. And yet, are we doing anything about it? So this is what we do in the Perimenopause Society. I'm working with clients every day to systematically take these conditions as they come up and work through them, find their solution. No two women are going to have the same results. That's why I can't come on here and say you do X, Y, Z, and 1, 2, 3 is going to happen. Every woman is unique. Your journey is unique. So we start with where you're at. We build that awareness, in this case, around the hot flashes. When are they happening? How severe are they? Do you notice something going on, around that time? Is it always a certain time of day? Your body is telling you something, you just have to listen. You have to hear what it's saying. Hot flashes are just one of many conditions that we experience in this crazy perimenopause, menopause journey that lifestyle can have a huge impact on. So you can go on medications, and that's definitely a discussion worth having with your medical providers, right? Knowing when quality of life makes it important for you to do something like that. But go in there armed, have the documentation to back it up, know what your triggers are, know that you've done everything in your power to live your version of your healthiest life. Because all the medications in the world, if you have a bad diet, if you aren't getting the exercise you need, if you're not taking care of yourself, they're not going to help. I see it all the time. The Perimenopause Society are learning every day how to put their lifestyle needs first, how to do the things that are going to nourish, that are going to improve their outcomes, whether they need medications or other interventions. Lifestyle is really the first step. So members of the Perimenopause Society are improving their outcomes every single day using lifestyle, yoga, nutrition, self-care strategies that they are learning in the program. So the wait list is open. The next session is coming soon for the Perimenopause Society. I'm going to give you the link below here to go ahead and get on that wait list. If you are absolutely done with the struggle, if you are tired of feeling overwhelmed and like you just don't know where to begin, then the Perimenopause Society is exactly where you should be. I look forward to talking to you next week in part 3, where I'm going to talk about how self-care is really a big part of managing hot flashes. So we're going to put it all together next week in the last of this 3-part series. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am always forever grateful that you guys watch these videos and you send me your questions. I love when you send me your questions, so keep doing that. DM me if you have any questions, and if you want to get in on the Perimenopause Society before enrollment goes live, let me know that as well. Send me a DM, you can email me. I will put all of that information down below. Thanks again, my friends, and because I'm on my yoga mat, have a fabulous day. Namaste.